Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 24th through the 30th. We've got our mermaid theme continuing this week, our ocean summer mermaid theme with yet another new mermaid deck. This is going to be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, a general reading, my dears. So it may resonate, it may not. If it doesn't resonate, no need to get angry, but we'll see. We're coming up also on the starting shadow here of Mercury retrograde as well. Here's your Monday, Tuesday. We'll see how those energies are affecting you. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my dears. And of course, angel message at the end after we look at these cards. All right. Well, this is nice, Cancer. We're starting off with the Lovers for the beginning of the week. Okay. Those of you who watch my weekly forecasts, you know that I don't spend too much focus on romance in the weekly forecasts. I do the love reading separately usually. So if you want a more heavier love reading, you can check out the link for the love videos after this if you would like. But you do have the Lovers card coming up in the beginning of the week. For some of you Cancers, you're gonna have romance as a starting point for you, or starting off the week where your focus may be on relationships, love, romance, that kind of thing. The Lovers card is also a card about choices, decisions. So for some of you, this is maybe indirectly having to do with love life, especially if you're single. And if you've been single for a long time, it could be that the beginning part of the week you're making some choices and some decisions that are going to be benefiting your love life, or that are going to help you figure out, do you even want a relationship? Do you want to stay single? If you want a relationship, what does that look like for you? Is it living with someone? Is it marriage? Is it like a long-term partner, but you all like live separately? Like, what works for you? Some of you are also having to make choices or decisions or certain sacrifices for a relationship, or to make a relationship work. If you have a job where the schedule is just really demanding and you're never able to see your significant other, or you're never able to be around family, this could be a decision that you're having to make for some kind of a job change or career change. Some of you are having to choose between an old love and a new love, or a current love and a temptation that might be coming in. It's going to be different for different ones of you. What I do feel though, Cancer, that for a lot of you, this is about a compromise. I'm hearing the word compromise. Compromise. So I think some of you, again, I guess compromise would be in tune or align with sacrifice. Some of you are deciding what you're willing to give up in order to receive what you're receiving from a current situation, or the prospect of a love situation for you down the road. In other words, I feel like what's happening for some of you, what you thought were deal breakers, you might be deciding aren't really deal breakers. You're kind of thinking outside of the box, or you're having some kind of revelation, you're having some kind of epiphany, or you're just changing your mind about the way you were looking at a situation. Okay, but those of you who were single, this could be beginning of the week. Things are happening where you are opening the door for love or for romance. But I think for a lot of you, this is just you're kind of weighing your professional life, your family life versus your personal life, and what's working for you and what's not working for you, and what you're going to be combining and blending, and what you're going to be cutting out. A lot of choices to make in the beginning part of the week, and they're going to be choices about your happiness, ways in which you're going to be able to be happy or put your happiness first, and that's not selfish to do. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Cancer, you have Knight of Swords. And this is really funny. The creator of this deck has little words here on the bottom. So if you are kind of new to the cards, and if you sometimes have a hard time remembering what they mean. Like something like this might really come in handy. And obviously, as always, I have the deck info in the description as well. But for Knight of Swords, the creator of this deck has gone ahead and listed this as drama, and that kind of made me laugh. You know, it can be fitting, and I can see that. I can see how somebody would call Knight of Swords drama. Knight of Swords is typically a personality, and it could be an air sign. And I want to clarify something. Not all air signs are drama, so if you're cross-watching and you're an air sign, don't get offended. But Knight of Swords is usually an energy or a person who's very, very opinionated and might come into a situation like, this is what you have to do. So Cancer, this really ties in. It really ties in with your first card. Your first card was about choices or decisions. So as you're making these choices and as you're making these decisions, midweek, before you've even had a chance to say, here's my choice or here's my decision, you might have somebody rushing in and saying, Cancer, this is how you should do it. This is what you should decide. This is the right way to go, or this is the right way to do things. Because Knight of Swords is very opinionated. And when Knight of Swords really cares about somebody, they can be a little bit bossy. It's like it's their way of being protective. So some of you are dealing with an individual who maybe isn't giving you the time or the space to take your ownership or to take your leadership or to make your decision. It can be, you know, it can be in your coworkers or boss. It could be family member. It could be a romantic partner. It's going to be in different avenues of your life for different ones of you. But usually with Knight of Swords, it's a fast moving energy. It's somebody who maybe kind of has a tendency to just kind of rush in and take over. And you're just like, whoa, okay, like where did that come from? For some of you, you could have some kind of drama coming up midweek or somebody making an issue. But obviously, when cards like this come up, they don't come up to scare us or to put negativity out there. It's just coming up so we have a heads up and we know how better to deal with it, right? So don't let this energy freak you out or pull you into it. You don't need to get caught up into drama. If somebody's coming and being opinionated, you don't have to, you know, fall into a fight or an argument with them. You can realize, okay, this is this person's personality, this is this person's thinking, this is this person's energy, but you know what? I'm not going to get caught up in it. I'm not going to get pulled down into their vibration, right? So sometimes these things are just a heads up so we don't get caught off guard and then find ourselves falling into an energy that we don't need to be in. I do feel some of you are having to take a stand though with this person. And again, the message that's coming in is they might start being dramatic. They might start really pushing. They might really start insisting. Don't let it pull you into a fight. It doesn't have to be a fight. Stand your ground, be firm, be firm, own your decision, but don't feel like you got to get pulled into arguing because you don't, Cancer. And I know you all don't like that anyway. A lot of you Cancers would prefer not to get into that kind of energy, but you know, if somebody ticks you off, then they better look out, right? It doesn't have to get to that point. Don't let it tick you off. Don't take it personal. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Seven of Swords. Okay, which this person has indicated here as loss. The creator of this deck is listing Seven of Swords as loss. And I feel like this is not about loss the way we think about loss, because Seven of Swords has a very different meaning for me. It could be loss in terms of, for example, I feel like this is a warning for you, Cancer. You're having to make a decision. You're having to make a choice about what's going to make you happy. Somebody's coming in midweek and they're being very opinionated and they're telling you about what to do. If you let this person bully you into doing what they're telling you to do or force you into doing what they're telling you to do, then at the end of the week you are going to be feeling a loss. You're going to be feeling disappointed that you wanted something else, but you're feeling like you have to listen to this other person and you're losing out on what you wanted. So it could be lost in that way. Or if you are making a decision and somebody's coming in and they're midweek and they're trying to push you and force you into doing what they want you to do, and you lose your temper, then it could be lost in where it becomes a big ordeal, or there's drama and there's conflict that's resulting in loss of a friendship or a communication or something in that way. That's what I'm feeling with the energy here. Typically for me, when I see Seven of Swords in a reading, I feel it's somebody that's being sneaky and somebody that's coming in and wanting to take something away from you, but it's for their benefit. Sometimes it could indicate theft, like somebody's coming in and stealing. So if there's somebody that you've been suspicious about in terms of like, oh, can I trust this person? Or are they going to be stealing from me? Or are they going to be lying to me in some way? A Seven of Swords would say trust your judgment, especially around the end of the week. If somebody is doing something that seems shady, if it looks like if it looks like that to you, and if your gut is telling you, listen to that. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition about it. Don't let yourself fall into this energy of feeling like you don't have a choice, or that you have to let people stand around and take things from you, whether it's your authenticity, your choices, your decisions, your assets, the things that you worked very hard for. And Cancer, what I just heard, that's what's happening for some of you, is you're being given an opportunity to shine or to stand out, especially in a work setting, and you might be dealing with certain coworkers that are having to help you. And so some of these people are maybe hijacking this group project, and they're kind of taking the credit for the things that you've put into it. So it's going to be important for you to be firm, to speak up, not to let people take credit for your work, right? But also do it without ending up getting into a fight. If somebody else wants to get hot and bothered and raise their voice, that's up to them. But if you're calm and if you're being very logical, it's going to be very hard for them to keep being in that way, right? So don't let yourself be bullied into handing over something you don't want to hand over. Okay, I do feel, Cancer, that for a lot of you, this is a chance to break a cycle, or break out of a repeating cycle where maybe in the past you feel like people have bullied you or manipulated you or guilted you into doing things differently than what you wanted, or handing things over or giving things over that you didn't want to give over. So this is your chance to break the cycle. Okay, this is your chance to avoid the loss. Okay, so this is a week in which you can usher in big changes and keep this cycle from repeating if you're able to be firm, in the situation that's coming up ahead. We're going to go ahead and pull your angel message for the week, my dears. And Cancer, also be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks it may resonate with you more, or it could bring in a little extra information. Okay, that kind of helps tie things in a little bit better for you. And if you'd like a private reading, obviously I'm more than happy to do that. Information for that is in the description as well for scheduling. Your angel message for the week is Angel of Psychic Ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at present. So this really tied in with the message that we were receiving for you at the end of the week, to listen to your intuition, to listen to your guidance. You are being guided. You are being helped through a difficult situation at this time. And you're being asked to listen to your intuition, to listen to your judgment. Okay, a lot of you Cancers are going to find that you might even be feeling a very strong sense of like a very strong gut feeling. People always say, how do I know what my intuition is? Where is my intuition? We've all had that situation or that time sometimes when just something hasn't felt right, or we get this gut feeling, right? Or you just feel something, something feels off and you can't put your finger on it. That's intuition. You might not know exactly what it is. It might be hidden. But if something is saying, I don't know about this person, I don't know about this person, I don't feel right about this situation, listen to it. Okay, that's a form of psychic ability. And so for some of you, your psychic ability or your intuition, it's at those very early stages. All right, and the more you listen to it, the more you pay attention to it, the stronger it's going to become. All right, my darlings, I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here, my dears. If you would like a private reading, the link is in the description for that. And like I said, guys, love readings for June are already up. You can watch the love readings in the link, and then in a couple of days, if you're subscribed, you'll get a notification if you've hit the notification bell for the July love readings and the July cross watcher readings. They're going to be up a little bit earlier. They'll be up in the next few days, so keep an eye out for those as well. I'm wishing you a fabulous week, Cancer. Take care.